And welcome back, friends. It's the Soul Material Podcast, the podcast you cheer for, the channel you cheer for, and we're back giving that sneaker business talk. It's your man, T Mark the Street Shark.
And OGEO.
Hey, we got fireworks going off. That's how live it is as we start off a new episode. All right. This time, we're going beyond the sneaker box. All right. So we're just talking about the nostalgia, the feeling of opening up that box and the storytelling, because we love the details over here. You know what I mean? So, this is almost a part two of our sneaker boxes matter. This time we're going beyond the box. So I'm gonna kick it to the OG, and we're just gonna go around robin, show and tell, and tell some stories and spark up that nostalgia.
Definitely. Well, everyone knows I'm motivated by price, and the price of these bad boys got me out of retirement. But I forgot, Shark, how a simple shoebox can just be it. So I want to just show and tell the AE1 low, just a simple box with the logo. But then that's what I love. And of course, when you get the drawer, when you could open it up like this, and I know it's blasphemy, but I like these better than the Stormtroopers. I love the black and the white. So I just forgot, with all of us wanting to have a shoebox with this story on and that story on, how a simple shoebox can just bring life to everything. So shout out to Adidas 81, Anthony Edwards. They did their thing on this model. The highs and the lows, what is a difference of maybe 3 or 4 inches of the shoe. But either way, man, got these for a steal, and a simple shoe box, man, still does the trick. So Adidas, thank you. And Shark, back to you, man, to see what you got going.
All right. Yeah. The only thing I would say about that box is I wish there was just three stripes on the side, and that's it. But other than that, less is more. Less is more. All right. Believe that. All right. So I'm actually going to call back to a previous episode that we did, and that's the EQLZ Nate Robinson
Oh yeah.
collaboration. All right. And again, this is the EQLZ 247 particular model. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And again, we're talking about nostalgia. We're talking about storytelling. All right. Storytelling. So that's why this box tells a very personal story of Nate throughout his career, his personal life, family. He did the little boxing as well, you know what I'm saying? And he's from Seattle, so we got some Seattle, hometown heritage, and then there goes the family. All right. So again, why are we're talking about beyond the box? Because when you put time and effort into a collaboration and you have storytelling, please utilize the box brands. You know what I'm saying? There's still people out there that like the storytelling through the box. Okay. Real sneakerheads like the box. All right. You don't just throw the box away. It's part of the collection. It's part of the storytelling. So this is why sneaker boxes matter too. All right. Storytelling from EQLZ. All right. That plain and simple. We're just showing off the box. We already showed you these shoes, so I'm not going to dive into that one. So again, part of the art of the appreciation and the nostalgia is presentation. Presentation matters so much. The OG just showed you a simplistic presentation, but it matters to him. All right. So what's next, OG? What else you got?
Well, of course, going back to the roots of when all of this really went down the way it went down with Nike, I was very impressed with what Jordan Brand did with the Jordan 1, the very last release of the Black Toes. Just telling the story. Excuse the box. I got these for a steal at the Riverhead outlet because the boxes were cracked up. So for what I paid, it's worth it. But this is the shoebox. It looks like a poster. And this is the OG picture of him with the black toes. And that meant a lot. And again, you open it up and you got the tissue paper in there and with all the OG, and even with I mean, how OG can you get, man, as far as inexperience? So before you even check out the shoe and unlace them and untie them and as the shark says, unchoke them up, you are in awe of just the poster that you have on this box, man. And it's great quality. And it just takes me back to that time of, unfortunately, I was a Knicks fan at the time, so I wasn't too high on Mike because he killed us. But this just takes me back to like the essence of, boy, I cannot wait till I get older. I cannot wait till I make some money. Cannot wait till I get a job. So I'm going to do that. And again, just they did an excellent job with this box, man. So um, back to you, Sharka. I'm just in awe with just going back to my childhood, man. Just looking at this, man. It's like you looking at a photo, literally, but it's a shoebox. It's a shoebox. And again, that's crazy to me still till this day, man. So the simple stuff, man, really means a lot. So shout out to Jordan Brand for doing this box the way that they did, Shark.
Okay. Well, we've done episodes on the magazine era, you know what I'm saying? But you just touched on the poster era, you know what I'm saying? Bring back the posters with the purchase. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a whole nother thing, you know what I mean? Like, then you got to put it on the wall or whatever when you got home. We didn't have we was cutting stuff out of magazines and everything like that, you know what I mean? So like again, pre-internet stuff, but that's how you stay connected. Yeah. So we're gonna go over to another one of our favorite collaborators. This time we're talking about New Balance and Salehi Benberry. All right, and he does a masterful job of something similar. The printing art on the top of the box. All right, this is the actually 991 UK, made in the UK ones, but this is the Colors Be the Palette edition. All right. So, and again, he always is one with nature. So you're having these scenic vibes. Every single box looks like this, where it's different and it's to you know, um, the name of the actual shoe, and then the artwork reflects it. And usually, you got a little sand or something on the inside as well, just for part of that. And then you have, I told you, go to our unboxed section on YouTube, and you'll have a whole unboxed episode on these. And more importantly, the details. We got that tissue paper, all right, with the New Balance it's a Leahy thumbprint signature, and then with his nameplate on there as well. So we love it when the tissue paper even tells part of the story and just brings the whole brand collaboration all together in one. Colors Be the Palette. New Balance 991s. 991s. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So Leahy Benberry, New Balance. And then we know that Salehi has crossed over with multiple brands. We talked about that before. He's with Puma as well. He's got some running shoes coming, and most importantly, Tyrese Halliburton signature shoe was designed by Salehi. So, a couple different colorways are leaked in online. Can't wait to see what the box is gonna look like, because we know it's Salehi has his fingerprints on it, literally. We're gonna get some nice little trinkets and surprises inside. But can't wait to see what that artwork looks like and how he brings that together for Halliburton. Because we're gonna see the shoes on the court before we see him due to the injury in the NBA Finals. All right, so yeah, so we both show some box top art. OG, round robin, back to you.
Yeah. So thanks to a tip from the Shark, a little tip, um, Puma brought back the essence of our childhood all the way around. So a box came in front of the door, and I was terrified because I thought it was at least a kitchen appliance, the way that the biggest the box was. But what came in was a collaboration of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that Puma did. And this is the actual shoebox. actual pizza box. And it came constructed as such. And the box that came, or the box they had over this, was almost as tall, at least half tall, as my front door. But this is what we got. And shout out to Puma for doing this the right way. He even got a full pizza inside of the box with Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello and my favorite one of all time, Michelangelo. And all four of them are actually on each slice of pizza that's on the pizza itself. So Puma, this is just unreal to get this. And then when you open up the box, you open it up like you open it up pizza for real. And then, as Shark already just mentioned, you get the tissue paper, the details, and the shoes come in, and it's just awesome all the way around. So you open it as if, making sure there's no anchovies on here because they don't want that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Puma for doing this the right way, and it's an experience every time you open this box. And matter of fact, Shark knows I even use this box now as a display in the room because it's just so awesome, man. So again, shout out to Puma for the sneaker box or a running candidate for sneaker box of the year. Maybe we'll do that this upcoming season, Shark, because I know we always do sneakers of the year. Maybe we need to do sneaker boxes of the year. Seriously.
Yeah, we went in, with hinting at what our favorite sneaker boxes were when we did that episode. But yeah, we might want to rank some of them. So go ahead and keep that right there because we got to. It's party time. It's pizza time. All right. So I got to join the pizza party. You know what I'm saying? Cowabunga, dude. All right. So yes, this was something that and we love a good art of acquisition over here. You know what I mean? So we got the deals on deals. Because I actually called it that the RSX was lacking and it needed to be in this collection. All right. So go back to when we were talking about LaMelo Ball. And at that time, these were not announced. But pleasantly surprised. And then we were patient. All right. And we walked away way below retail. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made this deal even more, cause you get so much bang for your buck. And yes, you get the whole pizza. And then again, just like you were trying to open it up. Oh, I had mine set up so that you got the pizza on top. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm still wondering where this hole is. You know what I'm saying? Where does this has to tie into something else that I don't know about exactly. You know what I'm saying? But when you open it up and then you got the pizza slices out here, you know what I'm saying? Come on, the level of creativity with this, and then the execution. Again, it was just this is overdone. Where the shoe, again, is just the running shoe RSX. You know what I'm saying? So they had to have this little buffer in there. So it's really not anything in there, but the fact that you've seen extra large boxes and they just don't do this. So the shoes just bounce around and the shoes just be all in different shapes. And then certain shoes, you know what I'm saying? The suede shoes. We had an issue, where if they bounce around too much, you might start scuffing up the suede in there. So, and again, tissue paper, turtles branded. Okay. And then, just a quick show and tell of the shoe itself. You got the branded turtles on the tongue, right? You got the ooze, secret of the ooze on the sole. That's what that slime represents. All right. And then another thing that's cool is that, just like we got the soul material charms in the shop, you actually got a city sewer cover on there as well. You know what I mean? So just, we're talking about nostalgia. That's why we're going beyond the box in this episode, because we want to just talk about, it's like Christmas. You know what I mean? We you open up the box and then you see this and then it's hold on, pizza, whoa, whoa, whoa. I literally showed this to a friend and it was just sitting on a table, you know what I'm saying? And then when I opened it up, he was like, wait, there's shoes inside? I thought that was real pizza. You know what I mean? From a distance, it just looked like we was, the intro to Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, where they end, the pizza delivery boy Keno had to get into a battle in the opening scene. You know what I mean? So again, shout out to Puma for the Turtles collaboration. So I'm actually gonna keep that section going before I kick it back to you because there's another box I need to show you in the collection. And these are the Krangs, all right? So again, there goes the Krang. They got him on the box this time with Krang, with the Puma logo here. You know what I mean? Still got the not from here, LaMelo Ball, tagline on there. You know what I mean? So go back to our All-Star episodes I talked about going to Krang's court, and shooting out in the arcade and winning some prizes as well. But, definitely this is just totally awesome. The Krang, LaMelo balls. Then you get to see the low top right there. So this was a lot of a lot of the Puma staff that were on location were wearing the Turtles gear, or they were wearing these shoes as well. So they really popped. This shoe sold out and then restocked. So that's how I ended up catching it on the low. And I think this was the perfect model for Krang. You know what I mean? Because they really didn't have to. This is how the midsole really looks. So the fact that this was used for Krang, with the brain waves, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was, and then he's on the tongue one more time right there. Okay. And then you got your Mellow Turtles logo on the back, licensed logo. So, we talked about license collabs in other episodes. So this chef's kiss to Puma for the execution of the of this collection. You could have just had the shoes and that's it. But when you do this, you did this for us. Because the people that really love the Turtles, you know what I'm saying, that grew up on it, this is why, it's like who your consumer is, you know what I mean? And you know that you will want us to pass this type of experience and nostalgia on to the kids. Because I saw kids and adults. The adults would look like they're having more fun and they just drag their kids to the events, and I'd probably do the same thing. But sneaker boxes, beyond the box, Puma. All right. You got anything else over there, OG?
Nah, man, I am still in awe with the turtle box and the Krang box that you showed. I didn't realize I saw the Krang shoes, on display, but until you hit me, I didn't know the boxes were the attention to detail were what they were with this collab, man. So having a licensed collab, is one thing. Cause we talked about that in the past, how certain brands, Nike in the 2000s, were really cheap about that. But to go above and beyond, you would have thought the original creators of the Turtles was a part of this collab, man. That's kind of what you want as a consumer. So, again, props all the way around, man. A+, definitely.
All right. Well, again, we're not going to overkill with this. We might just do another part in the future, and make sure we wrap up the calendar year and include our sneakers of the year. We might include some sneaker boxes as well. So again, appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you go to our IG page and check out some of our stories on the YouTube page as well. Just talking about All-Star Weekend in particular, and more show and tell because we love the details. This is why we do clarity over popularity when we give you that sneaker business talk at the Soul Material Podcast. All right, so wrapping up this episode, going beyond the sneaker box and really diving into that nostalgia, the feeling that you get when you open it up and you really, bond with your shoe before you even put it on because it was an experience just to acquire it, but now you got it. It's at your doorstep, open it up and then, just bask in the glow of your childhood and everything else in between. This is why we love the sneaker game, and we want to contribute in a genuine, authentic way, because this isn't a branded podcast that just says everything's all good and whatever. No, we're telling you what we like so that you find your niche in what you like out of the game. And with the sneaker boxes and all the accessories and storytelling with the laces to the lace locks and any other trinkets in between that just tell the story. Signing off for this Beyond the Box episode is T Mark the Street Shark.
And your man, the OGEO. Until next time, peace to you.
Sneaker business talk. It's the Soul Material Podcast.